Hey, welcome back, guys. It is Sunday, and we've now been liquidity pooling for a week now. So yeah, it's been a week since I came out with my first video. So I wanted to give the week's update on where we are, what's been changed, what the top performers were, what the worst performers were, what I plan to do for the next upcoming week. So let's see. So I took all my data. I have a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet here shows all of my positions, and I've tracked, my initial deposit, how long they've been running for, how much fees they've earned, and then I also show which fees have been collected and uncollected. So I took that and I ran it through Copilot, and I asked Copilot to analyze the data and just give me a quick return on what my top performing ones were. So according to Copilot, my top 5 positions happened to be all meme coins. The best one was my WETH MUMU position. However, it did have a significant and permanent loss because that position I opened initially with a shorter rebalance delay, which I've learned on these meme positions that you want to open them with a wide range and a long rebalance, because some of these memes they do go on runs, they do drop, and if you have a short rebalance and it happens to drop, you're going to lock in permanent loss. Your initial position, you're going to lose that value. So I started mine out with just shy of $2,000. And because of the rebalance, it's now sitting at $1,500 as the current position value. However, it has generated quite a significant more amount of fees. So the fees are better than the impermanent loss. But anyways, I readjusted that position to have a longer rebalance time. The second best one was my wrapped ETH index position. Index is a pretty cool meme. It's kind of, I don't know if it's really a meme in a sense, where if you park your wallet on the index website and I guess you kind of like let it sit there and you're kind of staking it in a sense, but you're not. It drops you a handful of stocks. So it requires 10,000 index. Let's see, I'll show you really quick. So here's my current distribution. So I have 19,000 index in my wallet. So it shows that I get 0.002% of the shares. The shares up here is this timer. I think it's like I haven't really paid attention to this timer, but it seems like it's like 45 minutes or something. It does the share distribution. So this is not exactly what it's given me. This is just what happens to be in my wallet of stocks. So here's exactly what it gives you, distribution history. So it's giving these little tiny dust amounts of like Tesla, SPCX, Oracle, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta. So it gives just tiny itsy bitsy bits. So I'm still learning. It's kind of like a little flywheel thing. It's just free stock, but it is just tiny bits. But anyways, it's pretty cool. But anyways, back to the report here. So index was my second best return. So I deposited $803. The position as when I took the data was at $811. So it actually gained a few bucks, and it earned $320 in fees. So that's pretty good, 40%. It's one of my best performers. Wrapped ETH WISHBONE was another one. That one I deposited $383. It's currently sitting at $431, and it's generated $142 in fees. So that's a $190 return on that. Another position which I just opened is wrapped ETH HMM. That one had a little slightly bit drawdown, but its fees were pretty massive. So it's done a 23% short-term fee yield return. And then another one is Liluni, Liluni. That one I deposited $225. It's currently at $243 and generated $36 in fees. So it's done pretty good. So it's gained about $55 overall. Out of the stocks, my top best 5 stocks was SpaceX. SpaceX did pretty well. I have a 9.5% return on that one. Reddit. So Reddit did something really weird over the weekend. It decoupled and it went on a run. So I think it was like sitting at like $160 something, and it ran all the way to like $240 something on Robinhood. So the LP collected a lot of fees on the way up, but unfortunately on that stock I had I think an 8-hour rebalance time. So it rebalanced up to the higher, and then the stock came back down, so it had to rebalance again. So that one kind of messed up my LP. So I'm not sure on that one. I might recreate that one. So I did suffer some impermanent loss on that due to that happening. But I mean, it did generate pretty good amount of fees when that happened. So Palantir was another good one. That's the USDG Palantir. It earned $11 in fees. Slow and stable. Another in position number 4 was USAR. That one had about a 13% return. And then Intel was my other top stock. So not too bad. So I can't wait to see how those perform in the upcoming week. So we'll report on how those do on Friday. So the bottom 5 worst performing LPs was a few memes and some stocks. So the worst was my wrapped ETH WETH token, IF. That one suffered huge and permanent loss. Like it drew down 75%. I mean, it did generate some good fees, but it wasn't enough. So I think right now that position's like 50% down. Because it was only a $400 position, it's worth $100 right now. I'm just gonna let it ride just to see, just for my curiosity to see if it can recoup, because it does do like I think it's like a 3,000% fee generation on it. So we'll see what that one does. The other one, like I said, the Reddit one, because of that decoupling, did pretty bad. And then I had another meme position, wrapped ETH pools. That one has a negative $59 return. It was a $300 deposit, currently worth $215 with only $20 in generated fees. So that one's down. I mean, it might come back up. That pool's only been running 2 days, so it's too soon to tell if it's going to be good or bad. The ETH, my last number 5 is wrapped ETH Hoodrat. That one is down $40. So the meme pools continue to dominate in fee yielding. The best ones are wrapped ETH and Index, wrapped ETH and MUMU, wrapped ETH and WISHBONE, and wrapped ETH and H&M. And then impermanent loss was crushing several of my meme pools, so those ones I'll probably end up closing. Stocks are stable. They're just cranking away. So those are really cool for slow and steady. If you're going to open memes, yeah, make sure that you open them with wide ranges and longer rebalance. So you might spend a lot of time out of range. That's okay. Because a lot of these memes will run up and then they come back down. So here I'll show you an example of how I choose my range. So let's go with like HMM. So this is on the deck screener for the HMM wrapped ETH. You can get here by in the MaxFi. So if you go to earn and then go to Robinhood, go to the meme, go to whichever one you want to look at. So we're going to look at ETH HMM and then click right here for deck screener. So that opens up the page. So basically what I do is I kind of look at the current range. I have it at default as a 4-hour candles. So I kind of look at what it's currently been doing. See, it went on a run, and that's probably why it was doing really well, but now it's coming back down. So it's going to be interesting to see. So, but what I do is I take the ruler here and like for this long period, so I'll take it at the top and then go down to the bottom. And as you can see, that's about a 100% range. So that means that if you happen to open right in the middle, if the price is right in the middle, you would want to open a 100% range because then you can go 50% up, 50% down, and you're okay. But like up here, so I think I opened mine somewhere around here at 100% range. So it'll be interesting to see how this one does. So if I take the ruler and go from the top, so I'm using the candle bodies, not the wicks. So click here and then go down to the bottom. So that's just a 33% range. So like right now, if you were to create a 100% range, it would probably do okay. And then I set the rebalance times. I would pick like 36 hours because sometimes it can go up. Like this was August 5th, it ran up all the way to August 8th. It did 3 days and then now it's coming back down. So yeah, you have to kind of play around with them. Let's see what else. So overall, to show you my dashboard here. Oops, that's where my swapping. Okay, so here's my positions. So this is where I'm trying to find out my profit and loss. So if you looked in my other video, that video, it was at 18,200. So it's technically down $200 from the position value, but I have $828 in uncollected fees. So if you add this and this together, that kind of gives you kind of like what I'm at right now. So let's see. Not doing math fast in my head right now. So if we go 17,832 plus $828 in uncollected fees, so $18,660. So I mean, it is actually up, but if these positions come back up in value, that is gonna come right back up. So I've seen this value bounce around, but the cool thing over here is I'm at 975% yield on 44 positions, $476 a day. It's pretty accurate. That's what it's been generating. So this is on average. So, but anyways, so those are the positions. What else? So what I'm going to do, since it's Sunday and the stock market is opening tomorrow, I'm going to collect these fees tonight, and I'm probably going to close probably a handful of those poor performing longer positions. The short ones that only been running 2 days, I'm going to let those run a little bit longer, at least a week, just to kind of get a better feel for what they're doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to create more stock pools. So Friday I created, as you see, I have 24 meme positions open. So that's what I did Friday, is I collected all my fees. I closed a few of those higher, like $2,000 positions, and I created a bunch of like $300 positions. They're like between $300 and $400. So I created a bunch of those positions to play the meme casino over the weekend, just to see how they would do. So that's probably too why my total is down a little bit, because the memes, they do go everywhere. They go up, they go down. So, but they do generate a lot of yield. I mean, here, let's just look at the APRs here on the memes. So HMM is generating 5,500% APR, $65. This position's just barely been open 2 days, and it's already generated $66 off of only a 200 and I think this was like a $270 position or something. So not bad. So if I can, if the value stays good and within the range, and I can keep generating $37 a day, not bad. It'll have doubled itself in what, like 6 days or something like that. So here's the ETH wrapped ETH IF. This is my worst position. So this was like a $400 position, but it's got really good earning rate. So it did good for a little bit, but $90 plus, so I'm down 50% on this one. So that one, unfortunately, see, I have the 8-hour delay. So you want to make these delays a lot higher, probably 24 to 36 hours. So Lil Looney, 3,000%, not bad. I have 2 positions of those. So I have one that's a 300% range and another one that's a 200% range. Between the two, the percentage is not bad. It's pretty close. So the wider, the better. That means you're going to be in range longer. And that's how you can collect more fees. Your goal is to stay in range, but you can't be in range all the time. So anyways, wolf position. So yeah, these are all crazy returns on the meme gamble, the meme casino. So, but right now I have like 44 positions open. It's a lot of positions to manage, to like keep track of them all. So I want to trim these down to like maybe 10 meme positions. And then I want to start balancing my portfolio more into stocks. So here's my stock positions. So that Reddit, see, the Reddit one went all the way up here. It's already rebalanced once. It'll rebalance here in another 6 hours, which will bring this right back up to here. So hopefully that'll occur before the market opens tomorrow morning. So that should be good. So USO is a new position I opened. I mean, it's crazy. It's like the weekend, the stock market's not even open. And I opened this on Friday, and it's gained 750% APR over the weekend. So I can't wait to see what this one does when the stock market actually opens. So that's going to be pretty crazy. Here's my SPCX one. This one's doing pretty good. And then SanDisk. So see this one is optimally positioned. See how it snuggled the range right up to the current price. So that's how the Snuggle.fi works. That's how you're not charged any fees, because you're not swapping any tokens. So yeah, when SanDisk's, if the price comes back down in range, it's got a pretty good generation for stocks. So pretty good. But anyways, guys, definitely click the like button. Help my channel out. Click the like. Post any comments down below. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer any comments you guys have. Any questions about it, and please use my links. They're affiliate links. This video is for entertainment only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. This is my money. This is what I'm doing with it. So you guys do what you want. But yeah, use the links if you want to use MaxFi or Snuggle.fi. They're free to use. I do get a percentage of any fees you guys earn, and you could do the same thing. So anyways, so yeah, 17,834. I want to see this go up. I want to see that go back up, and I definitely like this. I'm going to see how by Friday to see if that's still there. I mean, it's going to change a little because I'm going to open more stock positions and probably close some meme positions, so that will change. But hey, I'm really only trying to get like $100 to $150 a day. So right now at $476 a day is pretty crazy, but it is offsetting the drawdown. So hopefully the market goes back. So ultimately, once the bull run starts, you know, speculation is the bull run is going to start at the end of the year. I am going to open up more positions on like wrapped ETH and wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped ETH and wrapped Solana, some of the blue chip cryptos. Those are correlated pairs. So the theory on those is as the markets rise back up, you're in a correlated pair. They both rise together, and they can make a really good return on cryptos. But definitely really interested to see how the stocks do in the long run. So, all right, guys, I think I've rambled enough. That's my Sunday update. Oh, the other thing that I am going to do, one last thing, is I'm going to use this Russian doll strategy. So I'm going to find like my top 5 stocks and maybe like my top 3 memes. And basically you create four positions with a distribution of like, you know, so say you got $1,000. You put 500 into the first one, 300 into the second one, 300 or 150 in this one, and 5% in the tight range. And then you put all different ranges, widths. This one's a 5% for high yield generation, 15%, a 30%, and a 50%. You know, if you're doing a meme, you could go like 500%, 300%, 200%, you know, 100%. So it's you really want to be in range. You know, the longer you're in range, the better. So this is kind of like a visual of what you're covering. So as you're in range, you know, you're grabbing the fees in your tight structure, and when those go out of range, your other positions are still accumulating. So it's a good strategy to keep accumulating the high interest APRs. And so anyways, that's a strategy that I'm going to do once I narrow down my top stock and meme choices. So that's pretty much that. So all right. Yeah, click the like button, subscribe, and appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on Friday, and we'll see how we did throughout the week. So you guys all take care, have a good one, and we'll see you later.